I take a screenshot of my screen of when the text of Lady Gaga came in, and I send it to Dylan. I didn't send my screenshot to Dylan, I send it to Lady Gaga herself. Hello guys, it's me, Nikki. Hey.
Let's get awkward.
I don't know if I want to do today's video because I am about to open up about so many awkward moments in my life. Like, I don't know if I'll survive all this cringe that is about to burst out of my mouth. In the video where I DM'd celebs to help me pick my makeup routine, I mentioned how there was this totally awkward situation with Lady Gaga. Oh, guys, I have this story. I have this story about Lady Gaga myself. It involves a very awkward situation. Maybe, just maybe, I need to do a storytime video on it because it's a mess. I asked you guys if you wanted a storytime video on it, and basically everyone and their mamas said yes. So then I got to thinking, and I was like, well, that Lady Gaga moment wasn't the only awkward moment I've ever had with celebs. And that gave me an idea. In today's video, can't even say it. In today's video, I'm sitting down doing my makeup, and while I do my makeup, I'm gonna tell you about some of the most embarrassing stories I've had meeting celebrities. I mean, over the past years, I have met quite a few celebrities here and there, and I have some stories to tell you. So today, it is time to spill a little bit of celebrity tea while getting glam. And if you're excited about it, then let's go. All right, let's get this awkwardness started. Before we get to awkwardness though, first, let's prime. Today I'm using the MAC Prep and Prime Skin Refined Zone Treatment. I've been using this a lot, it's good. And then as an extra primer step, I'm taking this Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite Mattifying Longwear Setting Spray, and I'm just gonna spray my face. All right, real quick, let's color correct these under eyes because they need it. For foundation, I'm taking the Makeup Revolution Double X, still don't know what this is called, FX1 foundation. I think it's time to start off with our first story. Okay, let's start off safe and secure, a little bit more small of a story. A couple of years ago, Makeup Forever flew me out to LA to attend a Grammys after party. As soon as I got the invite, I was like, oh my God, the Grammys for a girl that can never sing is like a dream because, you know, I always wanted to know what it's like because there's always all these stories circulating around the Grammys after parties. Like it's this big thing. So when I got the invite, I was like, oh my God, duh, I'm coming. I believe that is the trip where I filmed with Jessie J as well. Now, don't be scared. This story isn't about Jessie J at all. Jessie J is an angel, she's a gem, and it's still one of my favorite videos I've ever filmed. So the after party we went to was at Catch LA, and Catch is this like exclusive restaurant where you can go, but like no phones are allowed. So like a lot of celebrities go there because they know that no people will ask for photos, or they just know that they're in a safe environment. And first of all, it started on such an awkward note already because we pulled up, myself and a couple of other influencers pulled up, and there was all this press. There was like paparazzi, there were people waiting in line to get in, there were fans that were waiting for like their favorite celebs to step out of the car, and they saw this like big, like impressive black car pull up with us in it, and word on the street was that Fifth Harmony was gonna get out of the car, but it was us. So literally, we stepped out of the car, and it was almost as if you could hear the crowd go, oh. And that was just so funny to me because I was like, all these poor people expected Fifth Harmony, and then there's Nikki T in the building, honey. Now this is where it gets more awkward. So the people of Catch told us that we could enter into Catch. But then as soon as we all walked out, and there was, now mind you, there were lots and lots of people at the door, we shimmied our way through all people, and we were like, oh, we're not cutting lines. We're so, like, we're genuinely sorry. We're not cutting you off. We just got invited to go in. We walk up to the door. You can feel it. You can feel where this is going. We walk up to the door, and they don't let us in. They're like, we're over capacity upstairs, so you can't enter yet. So we're like, oh. So we had to shimmy our way back through all the people again, got some nasty ass looks. Then 2 seconds later, Fifth Harmony pulls up. They shimmy through the people, walk up to the door, and the guy at the door goes, "Hi girls, come in." When I tell you the embarrassment I felt, and I felt so stupid towards the people that we just, you know, cut off and then had to go back through again. I'm like, oh God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But there's more. So it took about 45 minutes before they let us in, and I was like, oh my God, it's about to start. I'm walking into the Grammys after party. You guys, it was so packed with people, and now really, really crowded places freak me out because like it stresses me out too much. And way back then, I felt way more insecure about my body and about myself than I do nowadays. So being surrounded by like all these celebs and high-end people and like people with influence, I was like, oh, this is not my scene. This is not my scene. I find a corner where I can chill and like really, you know, get into my own bubble and chill the down a little bit because I was freaking out. After about 30 minutes of sitting in a corner, I was like, you know what? This is not my scene. I'm gonna choose my own path. I'm gonna go for my own bubble and leave. So then I shimmy my way through all these celebs and all these influential people in the music industry. And for years upon years, I have said that my man crush was Tom Hardy. Oh guys, oh, you can feel where this is going, don't you? So I shimmy my way to the elevators to go back downstairs and get the hell out. I wait for the elevator to come up, and there's a couple of people with me waiting for the elevator to come up. The elevator doors open. A lot of girls come walking out. They're like, yeah, let's party. And the last person to step out of the elevator is Tom Hardy. And I'm the first human being he will cross paths with when leaving the elevator. He gets out of the elevator, and like the fine British gentleman he is, darling, he holds the elevator door for me. But I just stand there, perplexed. So then his friends call his name, and he says, go on, love. I just completely froze. He let go of his hand. And the people behind me are like, is she gonna walk? Is she gonna go inside of the elevator? So he removes his hand. It's a very fast responsive elevator. I take like 2 to 3 seconds to like get back to earth. And the elevator doors slightly shut down in front of me, and I bump my head into it. Oh, the embarrassment I felt. The people in line that were probably going like, this girl is a mess. And that is my very awkward encounter with Tom Hardy at the Grammy after parties in LA at Catch. And this will set the tone for the rest of the video. I'm quickly gonna do my brows. I'll be right back. All right, so this right here is the fun little festive eye we're going for, and this is 100% inspired by Rowie Singh on Instagram. Go ahead and give her a follow. Amazing work. Before we dive into our next very awkward situation with a celebrity, let's prime. Okay, the first shadow I'm gonna take is by this palette right here. This is called the You Are My Sunshine by Peachy Queen. And I'm diving into this color here called Happy, which is something I was not in my next story. So for my next story, my manager got an email by this huge makeup brand. And they were like, hey, we have this really exciting collab in mind for Nikki and our... For legal reasons, we're just not gonna mention any names. And they were like, we think they would be a great match, and we really think they would vibe and create a very fun video. I really like this person, it's a she. I really liked her. And as soon as I got this email, I was like, yeah, down, absolutely down. But they just had a couple of challenges because this person had contracts with multiple other companies. We were only allowed to play with certain products. So after about a week of going back and forth, we settled on doing a full face using lipsticks only. So in the email conversation, all parties agreed that this is what we were gonna do. And then cue to me a couple weeks later, taking a train to Paris. From the same palette, I'm taking this color Skies, and this is going on the outer portion here. Okay. Paris. My manager's there with me, and we bring an extra camera guy because usually I film everything myself, but when I'm doing collabs, abroad or not at home. I need a little bit of extra help. And I'm just so excited to be filming with this person. I feel like this is gonna be such a magical collab. I'm really excited. This famous celebrity is doing interviews all day and I was saved for last. So of course there was gonna be a little bit of delay and I was like, this is usual stuff that happens when working with celebrities. There's just a lot of delay. They're very busy people. It's totally fine. This very sweet celebrity walks in and we just vibe. We have this amazing connection. We're joking around and then we decide, okay, it's time to film. We just met each other. We're vibing. Now we feel comfortable enough to start recording. Now remember, all parties included in this conversation agreed to doing a full face of lipsticks. I take the first lipstick and I start snatching that eye up. I'm like doing my thing. And at one point I'm like, I cannot even believe myself that I am doing this with lipstick. Like I was like, okay, I came through all the way in Paris today. I'm about 15 minutes in and from behind the camera, I hear stop. And I go, stop? And very quickly behind the camera, people start discussing what's wrong. And so this person and myself are just sitting there very awkwardly in front of the camera like, what's going on? Someone in the room that's not part of my team says, we can't film this. And I go, why? And they go, because this person is contracted to be used for lips with this type of company only, and you're now doing eyes. So I'm like, okay, but didn't we agree, all of us agree that we were gonna do an entire face of lipsticks? And they were like, we would never agree to that. And I'm like, guess what? You did. What happens is my team, the company's team, this celebrity's team, all start discussing what needs to happen next, and things get so heated, things get so embarrassing because the celebrity and myself are still sitting there in front of the camera, just letting it all happen. And at one point, the celebrity even tells me, I don't even know what's going on, I'm sorry. And after I do not even kid you, after 20 minutes of arguments, they go, well, we can't use this, and you came all the way here, why don't you just do a swatch video? Swatch videos will not attract any people. What I want for this magical connection that we have with each other is for as many people to see it. I want this to become a success. And they go, well, it's gonna be swatch videos or nothing. And I say, then let's do nothing. Then this was an honor to be here. I had so much fun, but then let's quit. Now this is where it gets really awkward. The team is shocked that I say, then let's stop. I'm protecting what I have built up in 12 years. I know what works on my channel. Well, most of the time I know what works. And I know that a lip swatch video is not really gonna do it. It's not really gonna do it. Maybe with that tea that just happened on camera and we still have on tape, but not just a lip swatch video. And they get so furious with me that they're like, how can you say no? How hard is it to just film a quick swatch video? I mean, you're here. Like, how can you be so disrespectful? And I feel so attacked when it's not even my fault that we can't film our original idea. So we decide to be the professional bunch and I suck it up. I'm like, okay, fine, sure. Let's do a swatch video. But of course, after such an awkward situation where people have just argued and people got mad at me for protecting my job, for protecting what I do for a living, all chemistry and all fun out the door. The celebrity and myself felt so awkward, and that is probably the worst collab experience I've ever had. Not because the celebrity was awkward, but all the teams arguing and making such a mess when this could have been resolved before we even got to Paris. So awkward. All right, on the inner corner, I'm applying a bright, shimmering white to open up. Ooh. Then doing the exact same on the lower lash line. Ooh, another awkward thing that happened at Catch LA, not during a Grammys after party, but just going there for lunch. There's this inside area and an outside seated area. So we take the door outside, and right next to the door at a table, I see Joe Jonas. You know, and it's not a secret that Joe Jonas is a very handsome looking man. So I'm taken aback a little because I walk through the door. I know Catch is like a safe place for celebrities, but like I didn't really expect to see one. So I see Joe Jonas and I'm like, and he locks eyes with me. He gives me a wink. Now, if there's something you need to know about me is that I cannot wink. So me and my non-winking skills try to do the same, and I literally look like this. So you can only imagine how awkward I felt when I was at the Ellen DeGeneres show, and right after me, the Jonas Brothers were up. And the only person that was ready to go and stood right around the corner behind the stage was Kevin. And Kevin actually took my hand after doing my Ellen interview and told me that he thinks I'm so inspiring and strong, and he was just really proud of me. So it was actually amazing, like so surreal having that moment with Kevin Jonas. And then a couple of feet behind him is Joe Jonas, and I'm like, don't look at me. So yeah, there's that. All right, now I have these bunch of pearly crystals, and I'm just gonna place a few in the crease to get this party going and some on the lower lash line. But before we get to that, a little trick I've been using a lot lately ever since filming my collab with All-Stars 5 winner Shea Coulee is applying a glitter liner right underneath my brow, and it has just completely taken over my life. It is so much fun. You get so many compliments when you're out wearing it. So I'm gonna apply that first. And the one I'm using is Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner in Pyro. For lashes today, I'm using the Doll Lash lashes in Danielle. Ooh, hi Danielle, let's go. It is time to talk about my most embarrassing, awkward story ever. And it has to do with Lady Gaga. So most of you know that I collaborated with Lady Gaga quite some time ago now. So I get to LA and I'm so excited about filming with Lady Gaga. Like, this is a big deal, okay? I've been a fan of Gaga since I was a teenager. Like, she has always been such a huge inspiration to me, and I've always loved her music, all the music videos, all of it. I was a huge Gaga stan, and I still am. So I filmed my collab with her and Sarah Tano, her makeup artist, whom I love so much as well. And she knows this story. And so we have this amazing filming session. It all goes great, and I really have such a great connection with Lady Gaga. It's like, what is my life even? So we film, and the following day she has a launch party, and I see her backstage there as well. And again, she's like, I had so much fun filming with you. You're such a ray of light. Like, she is the sweetest person out there. Cue to a couple of months after, when I upload my coming out video. Oh, and by the way, before I forget, in LA, I got Lady Gaga's number because she really liked me, and she was like, well, whenever I'm in Holland or whenever you're here, let's hang out and have some fun. And I was like, of course. So I got her number, and of course, I mean, duh. I'm not just gonna put her in my phone like Lady Gaga. No, Lady Gaga. So after my coming out, a text message appears on my screen, and I look at who it is, and it says, Lady Gaga. So I'm like, a what? She said, I'm so beyond proud of you and in awe of you and love you very much. You are beautiful in every way. I love you. Oh, just wait. Now you can only imagine what my response was like when I saw this on my actual screen. I freaked the hell out. And so I sent a couple of crying emojis, thank you, and it's still all so surreal, but damn, it feels so good. Now, of course, after this moment, still freaking the hell out, I'm like, okay, Dylan's at work, I need to show him what just happened. Oh, you can already feel where this is going. I take a screenshot of my screen of when the text of Lady Gaga came in, and I send it to Dylan. And I say, Goedemorgen, which means to good morning to Dylan when he's over at work. And so a couple of minutes after, I get another text, and it says, it's the truth. You are the definition of kindness. I'm like, what happened at work? Why is he talking English to me? I'm like, oh my God. I didn't send my screenshot to Dylan. I sent it to Lady Gaga herself. So imagine being Lady Gaga, and you just send me such a heartfelt, sweet message, and then a couple of minutes after, you get your own message screenshotted back to you. And she's probably like, this girl is so weird. So she's like, it's the truth. You are the definition of kindness. And I'm like, how the hell am I gonna save myself from this situation? Because this is awkward to the max. I am literally busting out in sweat. I'm at my kitchen counter. I'm busting out in sweat. I'm like hyperventilating. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Why did I do this? What did I just do? So in a split second, I decide to make a joke out of it. So I say, I'm gonna frame this, the screenshot that is, just so you know, and surround it with candles. That doesn't make it weird at all, tutorials. I hope you've been well. She never responded. She read it, but she never responded. And I was like, all that great connection we built together is now gone. I basically didn't speak to her for months after that until I did my DMing celebrities from makeup look video. Is the first time I like dared to speak to her again. And that's why in the video I said she's probably not gonna respond. She's a very busy lady, but what I was meant to say was I had a very, very awkward situation with her and she probably never wants to speak to me again. But thank God she did. For today's Dutch word of the day, thank you so much for commenting on my last video. Of course, it can only be one word. Awkward. Ongemakkelijk. Ongemakkelijk. These stories were so ongemakkelijk. If you want to get featured in my next video, all you have to do is leave the Dutch word of the day down below, as well as comment your most awkward situation you've ever been in. Let's create a huge, fun, loving cringe party in the comments. I can't wait to read all your stories. Like literally, please do, because I can't wait to read this. Those are some of my very awkward stories that I've had with celebrities. And trust me, there's more. So if you want a part 2, let me know. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. And hopefully I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.